everybody doing? I'm Dharma, and this is so much fun, okay? We are having this is tarot, it's channeling, it's Lenormand, it's intuition, it's the thing you go to look for, okay, except this is interactive. So welcome to your interactive tarot party. If you are new here, we are so glad to have you. We resonate with the spirit animal raven, the omens, the messengers, the mystics. So go and get your jammies on, okay? If you are curious, if you're new, everybody you're about to encounter here in the chat is just like you. We're all a little mad here, okay? So play with me is pretty simple. I'm gonna pull a base story, and then you're gonna clarify for yourself. So it's gonna be the collective message and then the personal message. Okay, and we talk to each other about what we pull and what that means, and sometimes you'll see a what's the word? Like similarities of the clarifiers that everybody's pulling. It's helpful to know that the collective is all going through the same thing. I'm so happy to see you guys. People love the PJ parties. Well, it's because we're a bunch of ladies and some gents on a Friday night in our jammies. Kids are happy, okay? The movies are on. The house is clean, the sun is shining, the tank is clean. And we are open for business. So if you have a dying, urgent need right this moment to get an immediate private reading right now, the link is in the box below to betwixt.me. Make sure you're spelling it betwixt with a second T. That word is Victorian AF for in between. The lunar eclipse is happening right now as we speak. In the background, I have it on. I'm watching it on who's doing it live from live lunar eclipse. It's just live streaming in the background. So we have some eclipse energy. We have retrograde energy. We've got Pluto retrograde energy. We've got grand opening celebration. We have tribe time togetherness. All of the thing. Well, that's what we do. Everybody's like, oh, there's no kids coming in here. I know. I had to close 3 doors to barricade myself all the way in here, and here I am. Hello, nice to see you, Jackie. Hello. You should be a mod. Okay. Are you guys ready? There's all kinds of people here. Okay, so this is grand opening. If you want to go, we're just super, everyone's really excited. Most of the advisors over there give 3 to 5 minutes free of time. It's just a regular, call center. You want to talk to somebody right now, call them, or you can talk to them on web chat. All right. I'm so excited for all of you. I know that a lot of these people who are on here on the chat right now are some of the advisors, and you will see them on all of the chats every day that we do. It's a collective, okay? Collective reading, collective energy. It's a bunch of bees working together to raise the collective tribe. You can use playing cards if you have a deck of playing cards, but you need to decide what the suits are going to be before you get started, and there's no major arcana in playing cards. So, did we have this chat already? For me, diamonds are swords, hearts are cups, spades are rods, fire, and puppy toes are pentacles. That's how I do it. But you can do it however you want. I don't know. Okay, so full moon in Scorpio, full moon eclipse right now. So this reading and time frame is good. Oh, we talked about the runes too. Let me get my rune cheat sheet open. Hold on. We are also learning as a collective how to read runes. It is not on here. I deleted that? Really? Why would I delete that? Okay, maybe we won't do runes because I don't want to look for that right now. Well, that's okay. For those of you who don't want to do play with me, there's still a whole collective message. You don't have to play if you don't want to. But I know a lot of people like to learn how to read the tarot and how to read for themselves. I'm more of a fan of intuition based and of using the clairs. So you have clairaudience, which is clear sound. You have clairvoyance, which is the sight, second sight. I use both of those often. Okay, are you ready? Somebody wants to timestamp. The reading starts about 6 minutes. I'm just so happy. Like there's buzz happening already over on Betwixt, and I love that. I love that. I cannot tell you how much anxiety comes off of me knowing that everybody's doing the readings instead of all of you waiting for me to do a reading. You know how you stop anxiety? You share. Share the weight, share the load. We all have burning questions and we all have second sight. In between, in betwixt the veil. All right. So this is going to be from full moon to full moon. What is the... Here we go. I just saw the Seven of Swords. What is the main vibe during Scorpio full moon to full moon? So it'll be full moon in Sag, happens during Gemini. The High Priestess. Okay. The Emperor and the Nine of Swords. So this is a relationship between the Emperor and the High Priestess, first and foremost. We talk about love readings. Okay, sometimes they come out as business partners, but not always. I'm going to say something really weird, and then I want you guys to go notice it on yourself too. Even though I didn't want to, made a cut, a cord cutting. The light in my eyes is back. That's insane. Can you see how green my eyes are? If you watch all the other readings, my eyes look dark and black because I had a attachment of some kind. That's crazy. Look at yourself, like tomorrow when you're out and about, look at your camera phone. It does. Can you see that? My eyes are green again. That's crazy. What happens when you complete cycles, working out, sleeping in, taking vitamins, all of that? That's weird. Like it's wildly noticeable to me. Maybe I'll go back and look at the other videos and see because I sit in the same spot all the time. What did I do? I said no and then meant it and then they said no back. And so I cut first, then they cut back. So it was severed on both ends, that's crazy. Any hoodles. This here is about some kind of relationship, whether it's working relationship or romantic. Okay, this could just be if you're single and you're not dating anybody, you're not sitting there by yourself. Don't tell me that you are. So for those of you who are new or like, I'm not dating anyone, this doesn't resonate, bro, you know an emperor. Somewhere in your life, you know them. Whether or not you're romantically attached matters not, because that's not where your lesson comes from. The lesson is from the connection, right? So this is a emperor, like an actual emperor. They could have a bunch of kids. They could have been an emperor for a long time. What is the emperor typically? They're a father, they're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever. This person could stand up really, really straight. They could have big old whiskers, like a beard with whiskers. And the feminine in this is acting as a high priestess. So as far as behavior goes, it's high priestess style behavior, which means kind of moving in silence, doing a lot more listening than we're doing speaking. Maybe she's trying to navigate through these waters. And you have the Nine of Swords, but there's something about this Nine of Swords energy where there are a lot of eyes on her. Like a lot of them. Typically, the Nine of Swords talks about so like for me, the progression goes Eight of Swords, blah, 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 I'm not listening to you. Nine of Swords is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. 10 of Swords is done. That's typically how the progression works for me. Okay, play with me. Are you ready? Let's go and get your cards. So what we are asking about here is you have the two people that are vibing together, one like completely on the ground and the other one who vibes in ether. Okay, and there is panic or anxiety or stress or something like that. So this seems to be the issue or the problem. Now, the other thing about this is that she is naked. And I oftentimes see naked people in tarot as people who are vulnerable. And it kind of feels like, stop looking at me, Swan. But what I want for you to do is get your cards out, and this is the obstacle, the Nine of Swords. It doesn't have to be an obstacle. It's like the thing over this time frame that is enough for you to need to do a whole tarot reading on it. Okay, so you're clarifying for yourself, what is the Nine of Swords? And for those of you who aren't doing Play With Me, I'm going to clarify it for all of us. You can't see me anymore? Squirrel. Sagittarius. And the Phoenix. So there's the Hierophant right there. So this is a rejuvenation with the Phoenix. This is a Sea Coco with the Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and ten of Swans. For those of you who are new, we have swans, actual ones. All of the ravens, we have weaponry. We do, and it's fun, and they're swans. Anyway, that's my point. It's that the Seven of Cups is confusion. That's kind of like this. And for the collective, we pulled the Squirrel, which is miscommunication and not really sure. It's like, is it going to be over or is it not? It feels like shit or get off the pot about this reconciliation or Phoenix rising or trying again or speaking again or any of that. And there's that Eight of Swords where, see, 10 of Pentacles. So it's, do I want to do this again? Do I want to, is it worth? So let's say you're not in a relationship, okay? This is a general tribe vibe. It's like over the course of the Scorpio full moon, it is the curiouser and curiouser. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Can you work it? Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Because that might be what you would have to do here is put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. So many questions left unanswered. And quite clearly, you're feeling, look at her. That is the look of a woman who is freaking out. Oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Is this worth it? Can we work it? Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Well, let's ask. Okay, so you clarified for yourself what the worry was going to be over. Nine of Swords is like worry. Yeah, moving outside of your comfort zone. Exactly. Castaway is on Betwixt. Give her a shout. She's very smartly. She wants her t-shirt on. She can't have her t-shirt on. She's vulnerable. If she put her t-shirt on, then she would be covering up her heart. Exactly. It's like, I don't know, man. The Devil, the Magician. The World. There might be, as sorry as this to say, there might be another option. Because you might be like, tra-la-la, look at me, I'm High Priestess, navigating through this hurricane with ease because I'm a High Priestess and I can do that. I can navigate through emotions without, like, you know. But you might be questioning yourself, is this worth it? Because Ace of Rods, there might be something new enter that you weren't expecting. Certainly wasn't expecting that at all. But it would mean putting an end to the Six of Cups. Is it worth it? Can we work it? That would be a no if you were going to go with Ace of Rods. So play with me for the Ace of Wands. What is the thing? Because this looks like the thing that comes in and turns you into this. Ah, shit. Now what do I do? Okay, tell me about the Ace of Wands. I'll pull for the collective. You guys pull for yourself. It's a flood of emotions. It's Wheel of Fortune. It's just plain and simple, something new. You're talking to somebody. They might be a Taurus. They could be, or a fixed sign, but it's the Hierophant. But the Hierophant with the Wheel of Fortune with the Mortar and Pestle. It's a friend of yours. They're risky. It's a risk with this one. That's why when they text you, you're like, that you could even be like, is that worth it? Could I work it? Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Flirt. I don't know, man. Because they're all in your face, like, wanna hang out, wanna hang out. Look at me, I'm your fancy puppy doggy best friendy. What's up? So you might be questioning on both ends when the moon is swads. See, you pulled the Emperor and the High Priestess, which is the cards that came out, Coco. So if you're asking, is it worth it? And it's giving you this, that's your guides going, no, it's this. Hey, you, it's this. When you clarify for yourself, you pull the exact, whenever I pulled up personally, whenever I pull doubles, I have a bunch of decks that I've taken where I've put 2 decks with one. And if I get the same card out of, what is that? What's 78 plus 78? 146 cards. That's a lot of cards to be pulling 2 of the exact same ones. So typically when that happens for me as a reader, and now the other thing you might notice, especially over on Betwixt, is that not everyone reads the same. You're not going to go and get a tarot story like I would give it, because I don't know if any of the other readers do tarot stories. Some of them do the tarot, some of them do intuition, some of them do pendulum. Let's do a pendulum. All right, we're going to ask twice. Okay, first let's make sure it's all charged up and working. This is for the, okay, go right for yes. Stop. Left for no. Thank you. Stop. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to do this for the collective. We're going to do it over the Emperor and then also over the Ace of Rods. Yes or no only with the pendulums. Okay, so right over, if you have a pendulum, go get one. I love these. I have a couple of them. This is from Moon Magic Mama. She sent me all kinds of stuff. That's our mother, crystals. You guys are so good to me. The amount of cool shit. I literally have a cornucopia of cool shit. Like, because of you guys. It's true. I have a bloodstone one. This is just quartz. Are you ready? Okay, if you have a pendulum, get your own. Otherwise, I will do it for everyone. So the question is it worth it? Can we work it? Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. We're going to do it twice. One's for the Emperor and one's for this Ace of Rods who text you and you're like, oh my God, what do I do now? Okay, for the Emperor, here we go. Well, it has a mind of its own. That's not at all what I told it to do. It's swinging back and forth. All right. We're going to clarify that again. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Is that a yes or a no? Look at this. Yes or no? It's like a yes to me. Why did I say because here's the deal. They're saying, yes to this, but we're not going to follow our lives based on a rock. Okay. We're going to be ravens with grace and poise, and we are going to observe first before we do any kind of reactions. Okay. With the Emperor, the way you're supposed to use a pendulum is you tell it what to do first. Like, swinging to the right means a yes. Swinging to the left means a no. Put it over the Emperor, and it didn't do those things. It went back and forth. Like, hey, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I thought you were trying to navigate through this, right? But then over this one, that was it took a minute, but then it was a yes. But in order to even kind of entertain that, this 10 of Swords, we've now seen the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords. This is not a willy-nilly decision. And keeping in mind, this doesn't have to be love. This is the collective energy over the Scorpio eclipse moon, is that you're having options. And some of them are coming back and some of them are moving forward, and you have to put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it, which means either take the energy and send it back to them, or reverse your actions and get back together with them. Make sense? You guys, I have been so thirsty over the last 2 days. Crazy thirsty. Well, that's the thing. You can do with this with spiritual readings and stuff like that. You work with your guides on your own way. Like you'll collect a whole vocabulary that only means something to you and your guides. Like for me, I always do right or left. Some people do forward and back or whatever. So if that was the case, if forward and back is a no and a circle is a yes, then they're saying no to the past. But that doesn't look like it's going to be a simple feat. Now, what is it about this Ace of Rods that is even getting us to consider, other than the fact that it's new? The fact that it's new. The Fool. It's another Emperor. This one could have like a protected do, like locks, or they could just have like long braided hair, something like that. I mean, it's the choice between two. You know what I mean? Okay, so clarify for yourself then. What do we want to clarify? Let's ask what happens if you go down this path, because that looks like there's a predator at the end of that path. That's just what that card looks like right there. How does this end up? Strength, 9 of Pentacles, and the Empress. You probably wind up having a kid with this person. And I'm saying that because she literally has baby in her belly. But she's celebrated as an Empress twice. With this one, and with this other one, she's celebrated as a High Priestess. The High Priestess doesn't say much. It's a lot of telepathy. It's a spiritual, mystical relationship, probably a lot of past life stuff going on. But this one here is out loud. Late in the morning. Can we get an outcome? Clarify for yourself, outcome. For those of you who, like she said, she has her tube side, typically a tarot baby is either a project that you start together. You could be a step parent. You guys could adopt. Or they could be just like a neighborhood kid, right? All right, Queen of Wands, Temperance. The one of these that feels like a player to you, they could have like longish hair, but they're always like, don't look at the man on the grassy knoll or whatever. Should have been quicker than that. Now you see me, now you don't. You might be having 3 of Swords, sad feelings about them. But that's why she's trying to navigate on a hurricane and do everything spiritually, because this isn't a grounded relationship. And then it's like you go into this other thing and you wind up like typically when you see mice, things are deteriorating, but this is the Six of Pentacles, and it's like everybody's pitching in, everybody's helping. It feels like more support and healing. It's kind of loving. I cannot believe the light in my eyes. That's insane. He was gone for a long time. Fate will present an opportunity. Actions take us to our destiny. Right. That's exactly right, Castaway. So fate is presented in the form of this. Don't forget about me. And the destiny is whatever action that you take. So is it worth it? Can you work it? Except you'd have to put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. So what does that mean? What does it mean to reverse? We talk about retrograde all the time. And we've also kind of made it clear that retrograde doesn't mean the planet's spinning backwards. It's an illusion. So if you think that going back is going in reverse, it's not. It's retrograding. It took a moment to do one of these, and then it'll go forward again. And this lifetime, and the next lifetime, and the next lifetime, and the next lifetime, forever. And it doesn't feel easy to let things go. It's not easy to let things go and cut cords, but it feels so much lighter when you don't carry the weight. Have you ever seen A Christmas Carol with Jacob Marley and the weight of all of his chains? It's a lot. I have no idea what we just talked about. That was a lot of information. It does feel amazing to let go, sort of. Don't get me wrong, it hurts, it burns, it stings. But I heard somewhere that the very best view the very best light comes from a burning bridge. Yeah. So if you want to get any of that clarified, head on over to betwixt.me. If you don't really want a reading, but you want to support the Ravens who are taking care of business and starting their own businesses over there, go ahead and just leave a review or say hello or just, tinker with us. It's grand opening night. All right. For those of you who are advisors, you should probably go turn your calls on if you're ready to take calls. Okay, it's also web chat. You don't have to talk on the phone. It's anonymous. It's secure, all of that. Okay, everybody super stoked? Happy grand opening. Happy playing with me. I love you all so much. And I will be back in the morning because the moon is moving into Sag. And you know how I love it when the moon is in Sag. I love you too. Have a good night, everybody.